Sunflower Diversified Services presents their annual Turkey Trot 5K, Saturday, November 16th. Registration starts at 9:30 at the Great Bend Brit Spa Zoo, and the race begins at 10:30. The top 3 from 6 age divisions will receive medals, and the best overall male and female time will each win a turkey. You can also be entered to win a Garmin watch when you bring 2 non-perishable food items to the event. Those items will be donated to the Barton County Food Bank. For more and to take advantage of early bird discounts, register at sunflowerdiv.com.
Sports Day is brought to you by Barton Community College. Explore your future and get started now. Visit gobarton.com.
Okay, Sports Day in 3, 2, 1.
Improved me a lot, but just I think the biggest thing that telling the guys, is that when you make a game out to be something bigger than what it is, that's when you can trip up.
We play extremely hard as any group that I've played against. Their effort and their toughness is exceptional.
I mean, we know we're going to get their best shot. I mean, that's kind of how it's been every single week. But obviously, when you play a divisional opponent, like I've said in the past, it's a real rivalry between our 2 teams.
They can use a general upgrade at wide receiver. I mean, they've got Xavier Worthy. He's been a high impact but low volume kind of guy.
We can have our student section right next to us, and that makes a really big difference. Being able to have them right on that floor with us, it just gives us a whole new level of motivation.
And if you want to be cool, wear your Halloween costume. It's Halloween themed coursing.
Yeah,
so you could dress up as a Royals player. There you go.
Or you can wear your Royals jacket.
Yeah.
They won't even get mad at you.
Yeah, and you can fit in this time.
Yeah.
Oh. Maybe I'll bring a notebook and I'll play a reporter or something.
Oh, I love it. It gets me a little more of, I get to go hit and I get to run the ball just a little bit, but most of all, I like to hit.
The kids are amazing. I mean, just being around the kids, just their work ethic, their attitudes, you just fall in love with it. And so obviously when the job was presented to me, I couldn't say no.
The 2 biggest markets, it's the teams with 2 of the 3 highest payrolls. But on top of that, it's superstars, not local superstars, international superstars.
And good afternoon. Welcome to Sports Day on 1590 KBGB, 95.5 FM, the talk of the town. Welcome in. It is the Thursday show. Steve Webster joined in the Mayo Money Management Studios today by Mike Corson, Mike Hesher, and Mr. Landon Winkler. Okay, on the program today, we're full up. Great Bend Panther football coach Aaron Beck previewing Great Bend's Friday road game at Garden City. Plus, puts a bow on that 21-0 shutout of Hayes High. He'll be joined by lineman Aiden Davidson and Owen Kaiser. Ellsworth tennis coach Eric Anderson will celebrate the Bearcats' 3-2-1A second-place finish at last week's state tournament. He'll be joined by team members Elena Junt, Felice De La Cruz, Reagan Coonrod, Hannah Vegg, Carly Hazy, and Amari Rippert. And Barton soccer coach Raphael Simmons joining us at Tuesday Sports Headlines and the Sounds of the past 24 hours. I guess it's not the weekend yet. Okay, before we get into sounds the past 24 hours or so, I try to do nice things every once in a while, Hesh, for people.
That's what I've heard.
Yes. So today's quote of the day
came from?
Well, I wanted to irritate you a little bit, but then on the other hand, I wanted to do something for my friend Mikey C. Okay? So our quote of the day came from none other than Taylor Swift. How about that? I mean, I did that for him, but I did not know that I have been married for over 40 years to a Swiftie.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Deb.
Deb.
Okay, so I can't remember what the quote was now. But I did it. Sometimes on those quotes, if it's some, like John F. Kennedy, I'll try to do his voice.
Oh, I did hear. Yeah. You definitely went falsetto this morning.
I went falsetto because I wanted to do this for you, but then I ended up getting in trouble. Where is it? I'm going to find that because I want to. Come on.
Live radio, folks.
Yeah, it is, but I should have been more, anyway.
So why'd you get in trouble?
Okay, so this is, my wife of, 40 years. I mean, okay. So This is her quote. Texted me 7:38 this morning.
Wait, do it in the voice.
I know, but I
No,
can't.
the quote that Deb gave you.
No, I can't do it in her voice because then. But okay, and Taylor Swift is not a popular okay. Oh, here we go. Here's a Taylor Swift quote, and I wanted to do it. We don't need to share the same opinions as others, but we need to be respectful. Okay, so this is a text I get from my beautiful wife. No wonder you get in trouble. And then at 10:16, she's still stewing about it. Taylor Swift, really? I thought I did a good imitation of her. I didn't get a result back until I asked if she's picking up grandson Parker at 12:30 today because they get out early, right? Yes or no would have worked fine, right? Okay, that's the way you... No, this is a... She didn't talk like that, and yes, I can go get Parker.
She should have said, you know all too well I'm feeling 22 today, and I will go get the kids.
There's a whole thing in here. It's Taylor Swift things. I think Fearless is having fears, but jumping anyway. I love making new friends, and I respect people for a lot
Is it
of
Mickey
different
Mouse or
reasons.
Taylor Swift?
Sounds like horde salad to me.
I think the perfection of love is that it's not perfect.
It's Marge Simpson.
Just because you make a good plan doesn't mean that's what's going to happen. There you go, Mike Corson. Probably the last time we'll have motivational quotes from Taylor Swift on there, but I did it for you.
Let's hope so.
Thank you.
And I've been married to a Swiftie for over 40 years. I didn't know. Okay, let's get to the sounds of the past 24 hours or so. Let's see. First one, Lakin, Kansas. Offensive lineman Hadley Panzer plays for Kansas State. Says you can't treat a rivalry game any different from any other game. K-State hosts Kansas Saturday night at the Bill. 7 o'clock kickoff. We'll have it for you, 6:30 on Hits 106.9. Much maligned KU offensive coordinator Jeff Grimes knows the Cats will play hard and they keep adding things defensively. Again, kickoff, 7 o'clock. The line has been raised to 38.5 points.
Whoa!
I'll get
Or
in
are you
on
still,
that.
or you're still sticking at 28.5?
It's still 28 and a half.
28.5. Okay.
4 touchdowns.
I got a couple dollars. I'd put money on that one.
You're that confident.
No, KU scared me last week by finally coming out of their shell, but you remember this was a team, picked third in the Big 12? They have a top-tier quarterback when he wants to be. They've had Kobe Bryant, the interception machine, some good wideouts. Why they lost 5 games in a row is a mystery. So we'll see which team
They've
shows
lost
up.
close games, yeah. I think, I'm in on, when you said 28.5, man, I think they...
As a reminder, if they missed, the experts are around 12.
I know, but maybe it's one because, you want a good game, and last year's was. KU could have won that game, and then they dropped an interception right out in the flat, and then K-State came back and buckled up and ended up winning that game. I just think it's going to be a good football game. I have no idea why. And it'll probably, as long as it's something less than 28.5,
We'll be happy.
I'm going to be happy. Patrick Mahomes, they play the Raiders on Sunday.
The Raiders.
Yeah, that'll be a fun game. 2 o'clock start on B1043. The Point. Patrick Mahomes knows that being a division game makes it a much more intense. And the Chiefs, remember, their loss to the Raiders at Arrowhead Stadium. That's the last time the Chiefs lost a
12
football
straight,
game?
yes.
They get them again. Oh, and we'll get bonus coverage for you if you don't want to listen to Touchdown Kansas City. We'll have the call on KVGB.
1590.
Yes, coverage from ESPN, the Chiefs and the Raiders.
Your Taylor Swift was better than your Mitch Holthus.
Thank goodness. I listen to Taylor Swift more than I do Mitch Holthus. Adam Teicher talking about the Chiefs trade for DeAndre Hopkins. I love this trade because they don't need a deep threat. That guy doesn't drop anything.
But will he be healthy?
All you have to do is run out there and get open like Kelsey.
Oh, that's all you have to do.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, yes, he's healthy. The Chiefs wouldn't have traded for him.
He's had a history of injuries.
He can catch the football. They don't have, it's not, they didn't sign him free agent next year if they wanted to, but they're not going to.
He's just a rental.
The Titans are paying. I love this move. I really, really love this move for the
How did they
Kansas City
get
Chiefs.
him for a 5th-round draft pick? It's a multi Pro Bowler for a 5th-round draft pick.
You know how they got him, Mike? They ask.
Somebody's GM was desperate.
He's 32 years old. The Titans are probably moving on, right? I mean,
They feel like they're getting something back for him. Hey, it's a 5th-round choice. Could be a 4th-round choice conditionally.
High conditions got to make the Super Bowl and play in 80% of the.
Is that what it is? I didn't hear that.
I'd like to send him a 4th next year, right?
That'd be nice.
Instead of a 5th, yeah.
They have to
Win
make the
another
Super Bowl?
Wow.
Either advance or win it, but then he has to play either 60 or 80% of the snaps. So I'm guessing, whatever.
So if he's, so it's a Super Bowl, but if he plays one more game, you're going to have to send him. Okay, no, it would be winning the Super Bowl, so it doesn't.
We can set the dumpster up on that one, 4th or 5th round. But that's a delayed fuse.
Chiefs and Raiders. Darren Hall will be wearing the black. Becca will be wearing.
I was going to say, so will Becca. She's still basking in the glow that she was there last year on Christmas Day.
Again, it goes back to who you root for is what you were doing in the basement while your parents were upstairs. Didn't have. It's just like Duke and Cole Rife. He's being a Duke fan. They were not supervising that young man correctly. So Becca and Darren, what was he doing? I mean, you need to guide them in the right direction and make him watch the Chiefs game. How do you become a Raiders fan?
She wears black lipstick every day. What's the difference? Oh, you're talking T-shirts.
All right. Great Bend Panthers set a school record with 33 wins Saturday. They won the WAC title. They'll host Sub-State Saturday at the Fieldhouse. An important thing, according to Panther sophomore Kenny Hofflinger, who was a guest on Sports Day yesterday. And does anyone call you Mike besides me? Sophomore Kaya Bear said, Corson, you need to dress up.
I don't know when that started or how it started, but I thought most of the time you also referred to me that way. I will say on Facebook last night it just popped up Hayes Daily. Oh, we forget that other teams have feelings too. So the angle from the Hayes Daily was Hayes is like 28-7. They're not coming down here to lose, and they do have nice athletes. So we've heard Great Bend, rightfully so, but
there are other people in this. We found that out last year.
Turns out.
Yeah, home court advantage, it does not matter.
So, yeah, Great Bend's 2-0.
So what do you think about the three teams, or about the matchup, okay?
You start with the 215, so Goddard should be a cakewalk, but Goddard it's one of those Wichita area schools you never quite know. Honestly, I would like to see Valley Center knock off Hayes just because Hayes does have a good record. Hayes is the higher seed, and I fear that it just seems every big game, no matter what sport, it's Hayes Great Bend, and it doesn't always go the favorite way. And we've always thought it's hard beating a team 3 times. Great Bend's 2-0.
There's that familiarity of playing all the time.
So no jinxies, but 100% Lady Panthers, but now seeing that headline made me nervous.
Okay, Hoisington host, Ellenwood host. What are the matchups, Mikey? Sorry.
Hoisington plays Smoky Valley.
Okay.
And then we got Lakin and somebody in there. Yep, Holcomb and Lakin. And Ellenwood, once again, you go to low seed, so...
You can go to greatbendpost.com, Mike Corson Post.
TMP is in there. So, yeah, likely be maybe an Ellenwood TMP final.
Okay, this is my favorite cut. And I got to do it again because it's... I mean, what else is...
Oh, I love it. It gets me a little more of... I get to go hit, and I get to run the ball just a little bit, but... Most of all, I like to hit.
Eli Hurley, yeah. That was fun having Central Plains in here yesterday. The three of the 6 seniors. They will take on El Salim tomorrow night in Claflin. District Championship on the line. Better seed for the postseason. So that's all in play. Head coach J.D. Johnson was in, of course, with those players, talking about his team yesterday and talked about taking over the job last year. I felt that he kind of had an inside track since his he went by JD since they had JD Klima last year. So, and he was on the staff. So that led the state in the number of assistant coaches named JD. No, he's been a good selection and a guy that grew up around 8-man football. And obviously you watch them run their offense. It's clever. It's physical. And I love the way they play defense. Central Plains, watch them. And they don't have to play Victoria again because Victoria's in Division II.
A return to the Plowboys, if you go back that far. That's what they used to call Claflin. Okay, never mind. That's Claflin. This is Central Plains.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
no, that's fine. I understand that. Yeah. Claflin back in the day, they ran 3 plays.
Left, right, and up the middle.
And one of them, well, yeah, but then they had the inside trap.
Okay.
Because Patrick Burnett would bite on it every time that he's playing for Otis Spice, and he'd come across, I'm going to get him. Here he comes. And then, like, Tyler Klug or somebody like that would come and plant him in the ground. I said, Patrick, wouldn't you look for that after? No, I was so excited I was going to get him make the stop, and he'd run for a touchdown.
I thought that was Patrick saying I like to hit.
Well, not against that Klug kid who was a pulling guard on the play. Yeah, he got trapped every time. And the other of course, Great Bend takes on Garden City. I'm looking at some of the other interesting matches. I'm intrigued by the Ellenwood Medicine Lodge game tomorrow night. That is going to be, because Ellenwood showed me something last week against Conway Springs. I mean, what do you think of when you think of Conway Springs football?
Power, physical, yes.
Smack you in the mouth.
Yep.
And in the past, Ellenwood hasn't fared that well against teams like that. To go to Conway Springs on the road against the number 1 ranked team in the state who's just swamped everybody and be leading at halftime, I think they found out a lot about themselves. They've got Medicine Lodge, a good team. Winner of this game's going to go on to the playoffs. That's pretty tough and balanced district.
I think that's one where you can look at the comparative scores and say, yeah, Conway is rightfully number 1. Medicine Lodge was number 2 all season after a big finish last year. Hasn't really proven it, but Conway did, and Ellenwood hung there right there with them.
Yeah, so now they've got to go out and do it again. So, tomorrow night, southeast of Salinas at Ellsworth, southeast 7-0. Now they're kind of the top of the heap in 2A West right now for sure. Ellsworth, after being 5-0, looking like they're probably going to have to go on the road in the first round of the playoffs. TMP at Plainville. TMP beat Phillipsburg earlier in the year. They played Norton pretty well for the first half. And then you have Plainville, who's sitting there at 5-2. Watch TMP in 1A, another 1A matchup, Sterling at Hutch Trinity. And, of course, don't forget Hoisington at home against Cimarron. Larned plays at Lakin tomorrow night. And the battle for the Sports Day Cup. Why not throw a thing on it?
Hodgman County.
No.
Oh.
St. John and Maxville.
Oh, okay.
They're playing for the Sports Day Cup tomorrow. St. John 3-4, Maxville 3-4.
Everybody in Sports Day knows where Stafford County is at this point after this week, right?
And Dundee ain't in it, I can tell you that. Okay. Victoria at Hodgman County.
Now that's the one I was thinking
8-man
about.
football is so interesting because I look at there's 5 classes of 8-man football. And so I use a fish analogy. I know it gets... Because, okay, the level 5 of 8-man football is, say, like a minnow, okay? So if you're level 5, you are just going to get gobbled up, 46-pointed, by the number 4 size fish. But that number 4 size fish, when he goes up and plays a number 3 size fish, the 3 size fish will just gobble him up, 46-0, 48-0, or whatever it is at halftime. Thus, the number 3 size fish, when they play a number 2 size fish, the number 2 size fish is going to gobble him up one whole bite, and it's going to be 46-0, and it works the same. Hodgman County is a number 2 size fish. Victoria is a largemouth bass.
No, those are not. They're the 2 size. Axtell is the largemouth. That is frightening.
Well, that's a special one. That's a special exemption, okay?
It's a manatee.
That's a whale, okay?
Because Victoria has pounded good teams, and then you see that nobody gives them a hope against the likes of Axtell and Hanover. It's remarkable, the separation. And
look at South Central last year. They had such a good season. They caught fire, and then they went on the road, and they beat Victoria in the West Championship game. Basically, what is that, the sub-state? And then they go to Axtell, and it's like 50-0.
What's neat is like Chase several years ago had several back-to-back unbeaten regular seasons, get in the playoffs. Man, Pike Valley, the Peters kid, Linden. Who's Linden? Well, they have the Massey kid who I think was a Division I. Oh, then you get a quarterback who's going to play at Illinois. All of a sudden, they just destroyed the entire field. So Otis Bison has always been a small school. Dylan Wisman was a difference maker. So 1 to 2 kids in 8-man can totally switch a field.
Yeah, but routes occur. It's just amazing. Okay, we need to go here. When I start to talk about my fish analogy in 8-man football hash, just say, you've already told us that.
Okay,
it is what it is. And you see 46-0, 46-0. All right, there you go. We got to get going here. I've got Panther football coming up next here on Sports Day.
Step into the spotlight with Barton Community College's theater program. Whether you dream of performing on stage or creating magic behind the scenes, Barton offers hands-on training, expert guidance, and creative performance opportunities. With top-tier facilities and a supportive community, you'll develop the skills to shine. Turn your passion into a career and start your journey to the stage at Barton. Learn more at theater.bartoncccc.edu.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&E Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&E Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of your local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
It's Panther football time on Sports Day. And now, here's Great Bend football coach Aaron Beck.
Welcome back to Sports Day here on KVGB. Show brought to you in part by Eller Automotive Repair, where they specialize in wheel alignments, oil changes, general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Also, the Animal Medical Center in Great Bend, large or small, they take care of them all. And the Barton Cougar Booster Club continuing their efforts to make the Barton Athletic Department the best in the country. Joined in studio today, Great Bend Panther head coach Aaron Beck, also in. We bring the big boys today. I always like it when the big boys are in here. Aiden Davidson is in. Also, Owen Kaiser joining us here. All right, just to confirm a few things, because people say I just mouth off all the time on the show, but I got confirmation. I said Claflin back in the day had 3 plays, and I asked you about it when you came in, Aaron, and you ran the Claflin offense. Was I correct?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, trap, sweep, keep. Yeah. Out of robust formation. Yeah, a lot of tight ends, a lot of linemen, a lot of running backs.
So how did Patrick Burnett at least 7 or 8 times a game think he was going to make the tackle in the backfield? And then I think it was a Klug, I believe he'd always said, that would like bury his face in the grass because he never saw him coming. He always got trapped.
Yeah.
How do you do that time after time?
I don't know. We talk about it a lot. Usually, that's what we tell these guys. If you're not getting blocked, there's a reason. Someone else is coming to your hole, and that was a pretty signature play back in the day under Greg Webb.
Yeah, Big P never figured it out though. But I don't know. And who's a good running back in?
There's a lot of them.
Yeah,
but Kip Cannell was.
Yeah, that was the one because that was Patrick's story too. Because the PA guy at Claflin was like, and Kip Cannell going in for another Wildcat touchdown. Yeah, that was the day. Okay,
he had 50 of them on that.
Yeah,
set the state record.
All right, and Aiden, I've got a question for you. Okay, I felt bad for you. I really did. What was the disappointment like when you saw Kern pick up that ball for the touchdown against North that should have been yours?
I didn't know the kid was going to drop it again. I was glad I got to celebrate him with him, though.
Okay, all right. Man, it was there.
It was.
It was right there. All right. Coach, congratulations. When you got home on Friday night or early Saturday morning, it's a long day. I mean, you got to go and you educate kids. You go through pregame. You go through the whole game. It's Hayes High, Great Bend. And you sit down in your chair. You flip the shoes off finally. You take that deep breath. What was that like?
Yeah, it felt good. It just validated all the work that we put in, all the film study, all the meetings, all the conversations, the practices we have with these guys. To just see them go out and execute a game plan perfectly was something that just makes you really proud as a coach. And it was nice to celebrate with these guys after the game, and it was nice to bring home the WAC championship to Great Bend.
So you win that game. I mean, it's against your rival. You shut them out, but what's the message after the game? Because, okay, we did this, but there's a lot more this football season, a lot more things we want to accomplish.
Yeah, and that's the message we had Saturday morning when we all got together and met to go that, yeah, this is step one, but we want to go lock up a number one seed and make some serious noise in 5A playoffs. So I really do think these guys learned a lot after that Liberal game. On how to prepare and how to stay focused each and every rep in practice and meeting, and it kind of proved it, and that's the message we've had here going into Garden City Week 8, because there's still a lot to play for, like you said.
It was cool after the game, Mike Corson talking with Daxton, and of course, just like a good quarterback you're supposed to, he said, man, our line was crazy good on both sides, and it's cool you bring in the big guys again, you know?
Yeah, that was where we really felt like that game was going to be won, because we knew we had a big challenge in front of us. Hayes has one of the best offensive lines I've seen on film all year, and these guys over here just did such an outstanding job of occupying as many as they could to free up Trent and Kale, and Connor did a great job on the edge. AD, Blaine Inslee made some huge plays. Michael Montoya gets in there and makes a big play. I mean, it just felt like it was a total team effort with our guys up front, and defensively, that was one of the better performances I've ever seen with our guys up front. And then our safeties even triggering and making some big tackles after challenging them. They were a little slow on some of their triggers versus Liberal, and Cooper and Ian definitely figured it out versus Hayes.
Owen, did you think the guys got tired of hearing about how good Hayes High's offensive and defensive lines were?
Yeah, I think we did a lot.
Yeah.
That's all I heard about.
Coach, I'm going to ask you this, and then it'll be a heads up for those guys, because when you get a game like that, there's so many big plays, but maybe two or three that stand out for you as being key plays in this game.
Well, I just thought the way these guys controlled the line of scrimmage was huge, especially in that second half. Our ability to run the football was the difference. The first half, I thought we missed a few here and there, and kind of got a few things figured out at halftime, kind of talked to Owen about how we want to run outside zone, and once we figured it out and we started hitting that thing in a perfect spot, that was the biggest difference. And then obviously, I mean, if you just look at the crucial play, the big plays of Ian's run, of Dax's run, yes, but the 7+ minute drive to close that thing out is a credit to these guys over here.
Okay, so Owen, what do you think as far as maybe a couple plays that stand out for you in that game?
A lot of them really do. It's just Daxon's run, Ian's run. I think Ian's run really set us to go. That was a really mean run.
There was one. There was a defensive play early in the game. I think their second drive. We got him in 3rd and 2. Inslee kind of gets doubled and splits it and hits the dude short of the sticks, and then they have to punt. I thought that was one of those moments early where you really felt like, all right, we can do this. Our defense came to play, and that was exciting. I think these guys all felt that as well.
Okay, anything for you?
Probably the 2 stops in the red zone.
Yeah,
they were big.
Yeah, they were. What's Hayes week like?
We practice way harder. It's definitely a hard week of practice, but I like playing Hayes, so it was good.
Owen, what do you think? What's Hayes week like?
Lots of film. It's the most I've ever watched film for a game, probably. It's really hard. We work really hard during the week and really be focused.
So you celebrate after the game, but did you guys feel that same thing that Coach was talking about, that, okay, this is really, really cool. This is one of our goals, but, there's a lot more left?
Yeah, we got to win more playoff games. We got to beat Garden and then win in the playoffs.
Okay, Owen, Coach was talking about some changes you made out on the outside, the way you did that blocking in the second half. What were those changes?
So it depends on where the D lineman was. If he If he was head up on me, I'd wash him inside, I'd reach him, watch him. If he was fighting outside, I'd just take him. We'd just cut up or read my butt, basically.
We were talking about this on Monday. Sean Bear was in here talking about how to make adjustments. You always do that, but when you do have a lot of guys going both ways, you've got to have players with high IQs, Coach, because you're doing it on the fly. I mean, it's not like you can bring the whole defense over there and show them, okay, we need to do this. You're doing a lot of that on the fly, and you've got some kids that are able to do that.
Yeah, that's critical in a game like that. When we don't get a chance to see them, luckily you get 20-minute half times. You get time to sit down and show them iPads and make sure you're going over everything. And like you said, when you got guys that are smart, we do some check with Mies to see how they're playing their hand. And I know that was the case with Dax's big run. Is we froze them, saw what they were giving us, and called into a play that worked out perfectly. A great block by these guys, and sprung him. Ian, I know, had a big one right in the hole that got Dax down the sideline into the end zone.
Then we were talking earlier, I mean, you get these like AFC, Raiders and Chiefs and things. You guys play these guys every year. You've probably played them since third grade. How hard is it when you go against a team that knows you so well and you know them so well?
Yeah, it does. It makes it very challenging, especially because it feels like they have seen us so many times with common opponent too, seeing so many games that we have played and kind of know what we like to do, some of our tendencies on certain downs and distance, some of our tendencies on some of our blitzes and coverages and stuff like that. It does. It just makes it a little more challenging. You got to be on your game with making sure you're disguised in some play calls because whether it's signaling them in and making sure they're not stealing signs, or just play design itself. So it was a fun night, and it was a good game plan that these guys executed beautifully.
I always love the signal that plays in because, there's probably how many different plays do you send in on one play? I mean, you said you got 3 plays going, but there's only one hot play. How do you do that?
I don't know. This is a hot mic. I'm not giving up any of those.
Tell me which ones are good. Yeah.
No,
bad question. Bad question. Okay, so now you get ready. I'm going to move on to Garden here in just a second, but did you give yourself time, guys? That at one point during the game, you kind of looked around and looked over on the home side, looked over on the visitor side, looked over all the people who were standing, and said, this is pretty cool. Did you get a chance to do that?
Oh, probably the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
We're up 21-0, driving the ball down the field.
Yeah, the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
Fourth quarter was really.
Fourth quarter. All right. Garden City, we got to close this thing out tomorrow night on the road. What have you seen from the Buffs so far, Aiden?
Another good D-line and O-line again, so we got to be good up front again, and then we'll win.
Garden City big like they always are?
No, as big as they usually are. This is probably the smallest Garden team I've ever seen.
Okay. All right. Owen, what about you?
Yeah, it's the smallest Garden team we've ever played against, at least our class. But they got their strong points, their D-line, I feel like, and their O-line. So if we can control up front, I think we have a pretty good chance of winning the game.
Coach, what are your thoughts taking on this Buff team?
Yeah, I mean, these guys echoed it. That's what we've been preaching all week long. It's gonna take the guys up front if we can control that line of scrimmage, and that's one thing that I love about our defense right now is going. I have all the faith in the world in them that they're gonna shut down this Garden City offense, and that's a good feeling to have because you never know what defense is going to give us. We've gotten so many different looks with Ian, and so you got to be prepared for everything. And but this defense gives you a chance each and every week, and that's a fun thing to have, and we'll plan on riding that this week and hopefully deep into the playoffs.
Okay, message to the team before you go out tomorrow night.
Yeah, the key will just be to make sure that we are preparing and locked in like we were last week. No letdowns. We can't do that. Not this time of year. Not in this moment. Making sure we're taking care of those little things, and we will be just fine. I love some of our matchups on the edge. Our ability to run the football is going to be key, and it should be a fun night. It looks like the forecast is going to be beautiful out in Garden. I think 7-mile-an-hour wind at kickoff. You don't see that in Garden City very often, and it's always fun to go down to Garden City and be Garden.
First show of the year, that was in August. I wore this shirt, okay? And you're going to have to tell your guys to just wear hoodies like that because I really don't like the fact that you're wearing short sleeves, I'm wearing short sleeves, and I don't got nothing like that. Make them wear hoodies. It's making the host look bad.
I always tell them that.
Yeah, okay. Don't make the host look bad? Yeah, okay, very good. Guys, thanks. Good luck. Go take care of business and come home from Garden tomorrow night 8-0. That'll be pretty cool.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir, thank
Panther football talk here on Sports Day. More to come after this.
From the Mail Money Management Studios, 1590 KVGB, Great Bend, and 95.5 FM K238CK, Hoisington.
If you're needing a healthcare plan for your business, let the experienced and dedicated staff at Freedom Claims Management Incorporated customize a health insurance plan that fits your business's need. Regardless if you're a large corporation or a small business on Main Street, Freedom Claims Management Incorporated can help you provide your employees with great health coverage at an affordable cost. Visit freedomclaimsinc.com where you can schedule a free, no obligation health assessment today. Freedom Claims Management Incorporated in Great Bend.
Hey everyone, this is Cole Wright, voice of the Barton Cougars. Attending sporting events for Barton Community College is great, but did you know you can support the athletic teams even further by getting involved with the Cougar Booster Club? The Boosters help with fundraising for equipment and facility upgrades to give Barton athletes every opportunity to keep succeeding at the regional and national levels. Join the Cougar Booster Club as an individual or business. Call 620-792-9377. Become a booster today. Go Cougars.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec.
Sports, leisure, fitness, and wellness, even senior and adaptive needs. It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Pick up a program guide or stop by the rec office at 1214 Stone in Great Bend. Or check out the website, greatbendrec.com. Live, play, explore at the rec.
It's all here at Great Bend Rec. Live, play, explore at the rec.
Central and Western Kansas residents, are you looking for a new vehicle? Marmy Auto Group can make it happen. Marmy Auto Group includes Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep and Ram, Chevrolet, and GMC. Marmy Auto Group, your Central and Western Kansas dealer, has new and pre-owned vehicles, or we can special order your vehicle today. If your existing vehicle needs serviced, Marmy's award-winning service department can help. Come to Marmy Auto Group on 10th or marmys.net. Marmys, make it happen.
C&E Doors, this is Eddie.
I need some work done.
Are you in a haunted house?
No, it's my garage door. I think I might need a new one.
We can take a look. We can do repairs and replacement. We'll see what's right for you.
What a relief. I thought I was going to get stuck in here.
Call the guys in orange at C&E Doors to fix your haunted house.
C&E Doors, Great Bend. Follow the orange signs just south of 10th and Harrison.
Covering your local teams and your local athletes. It's Sports Day on KVGB, presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Okay, Sports Day rolling on here. We're talking about German sausage here on the program today. All right. Raphael Simmons in with us, Barton men's and women's soccer coach. And joining us, News Connected.
Yeah, close enough, right?
Okay, is that right?
Okay. Yeah,
all right.
yeah, that was good.
News is with okay. We're going to talk Barton soccer right now. We'll start off by talking about the men. 10-6-1 on the season, and heck, Coach, the season winding down right now, but you're coming off a win on Wednesday. You get Garden on the road 3-1. Now you're at Seward, and the regular season's over with. Man, this thing flies by, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's going by quick. But we're playing probably some of our better soccer at this stage of the season, which is good. Starting to get some good results. Hopefully Saturday we can get another one, and we'll hopefully finish second in the conference and go into playoffs after a couple good wins.
Coming on, and that Garden win, that was a good win going on the road, but man, you got Cali almost.
Yeah.
But it was a draw, 2-2, going back last Saturday. Tell me about that match, Coach.
Yeah, it's obviously a tough game, playing Cali, who is usually one of the top teams in the country, and we've started off a little bit slow, went down 2-0, but we were still playing well enough anyways, creating some chances. We were going against the wind the first half, and managed to bring it back to 2-1 at halftime. And then second half, we probably could have had another goal, but just to tie it up and leave with a tie was a good thing for us. I was happy with it because it put us in a situation now where we just have to win our last game and we can finish in that second seed.
Okay, so the second seed, and of course then you get to at least play one at home, right? Or how's that?
Yeah, so it would be the first game would be at home, and then the way they work is next highest seed left. So if Cali was to lose their first round game, we would be the number 1 seed again, and we would host the second round. And then if they win, which is expected for them to win, and we win, we will go to the Missouri region winner and play there.
Okay, tell me about Noose, the young man you brought in with us.
Yeah, so
and what's he mean to your soccer club?
Yeah, so he's a sophomore with us, second year. He's our team captain this year. And yesterday at Garden City, he scored his first collegiate goal and the opening goal for our game. So decided to ask him to come today so he can talk a little bit about it as well.
Okay, tell me about the goal.
About the goal, that was my first one. I was very happy because I scored last year my first goal, but it was preseason, it was not during the season. And yeah, I was very happy because I was injured the last weeks, and now I come back with the goal. That was good.
Okay, you scored the goal, Noose, but tell me how it happened.
Yeah, it was a nice goal.
The nuts and bolts, of what happened.
It was from our winger. He ran inside, played a long ball to the striker. The striker headed the ball to me. I was like 13 yards from the goal, and then shoot volley in the air under the crossbar in the goal. Yeah.
And just to get in, he's a defender. So he doesn't go up forward too many times.
Maybe you need to change that.
Maybe, I know. So and he was a first-time volley with the ball coming down in the air, so it was a hard ball to hit. So to be fair, I thought it was going to be the goal of the game, but then Garden City went after at the end, last minute, and scored one even nicer. So
my one was better.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's any discussion on that. So. You're a sophomore, second year in the program, and we've talked to Coach Raff, the whole season, how it's been, a lot of tight games, one goal losses. So, what have you seen from the start of the season with a lot of newcomers to where you are now? Do you feel like you have some momentum going into the postseason?
Yeah, I think we started the first 2 games. We started good in the season, but then we lost, I think, 3 out of 4 conference games. It was not a good start, and then we came a little bit better back, but then we lost against the big teams. We saw we was close to them, but we every time lost with 1 goal or in the last minute. And I think last game we did it against Cowley. We did a very good game for me. Just like the first 10-15 minutes, that was not good, but then we came good back, and normally we should have to win that. I say on a better day we have a little bit more luck to score, and in the last game I think we showed that we're the better team, that we can go to the nationals. I think that's our goal, and yeah.
So, have you seen improvement from your new teammates? Everybody trying to come together and play.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are better now than than. Except me too. I said in the beginning was maybe not the best start, and now I think we're better as a team now too, and yeah.
And I think what we had at the start was we had a couple of injuries. We had some guys. Niels was out for about 4 or 5 games in the middle of the season. We had some silly cards and suspensions. So now we're not 100% yet, but we have everybody available. Some guys are still 50-60%, but they're able to play. And hopefully within the next week, once playoff comes around, everybody will be 100%, hopefully. We do have 3 guys, which he's one of them included here, that are on 4 yellow cards at the moment. And if they get their 5th on Saturday, they'll miss the first round of playoffs. So we might have to be a little bit careful with that.
How do you do that? I mean, you go out there, you want to be aggressive, but you can't be aggressive, especially if you're a defender.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard for me. I had after the first 6 games already 4 yellow cards. I thought it was maybe good. I was a little bit injured, and can't get the 5th one. But now I have to a little bit. The next game, I have to be careful.
That's where I'd be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just telling you now. I'd be done after the first 2 games.
Well,
so.
I thought about having him get the yellow yesterday, sit out the Saturday game, but the Saturday game is still a must-win for us. We can't afford to not win and let KCK catch up with us. So we're going to have to survive.
So do you have to go out and commit a yellow, or can you just say, I want to commit a yellow? Because that's like, okay,
yeah.
Hey, go out there and get a yellow card.
Last year, and I can't remember who it was last year, it was one of our defenders. He was on 4 yellow cards, and he was a Garden City, actually. I put him out, and I said, hey, just delay the game, time waste. So every throw, and he would take an extra time and slow it down. Eventually, the referee gave him a yellow just for that. So
you're yelling at the referee. He's holding the ball.
He's probably looking at you.
Give him a yellow.
He's your own player, coach.
Oh, yeah. How'd you find out about Barton?
I talked with my agency, and then Rafa called me and texted me per email, and then I found out about Barton. That's it. That's the whole story.
Love you here. In Germany, do they call it soccer or football?
Football.
Does it bother you that we call it soccer?
Yeah, for me, it's wrong.
I've got you. Coach, real quick here, just an overview of where do the ladies sit going into their final match?
Yeah, so they're finishing up the season really well. They beat Cali here at home on Saturday. Cali was number 14 in the country, I think, so that was a big win. Unfortunately, doesn't matter, even after the Cali game or even after Saturday's game against Seward, we can't really move up or down. We're stuck in that 5th spot. We're just waiting to see who we're going to get because Cali and Hutch have to play each other Saturday. We'll pick up the loser. That's who we're going to play, which is a decent game. I think Hutch was a close game when we played them both times. Cali, close game, and we beat them once. So we're happy where we're at. The only part that a little bit frustrating is that we have to go on the road. So, but it is what it is. Hopefully the girls can carry on the way they're going, and I think they've jumped back into the rankings again, so that'll be good.
Coach, thanks for coming in. Don't feel bad, because every time Megan Besker's brought one of her volleyball players in, I butcher their names way worse than what I've done yours. So thanks for bringing football to America. Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, there you go. We're going to talk Ellsworth tennis coming up here next on Sports Day.
Hey y'all, it's Dr. Ty here at Animal Medical, and in the next couple months, we are going to pivot and talk about behavior and training. From our standpoint, we see it affect so many folks out there in the relationship with their animal and even the relationship with us as their caretakers, all affected by how those animals get started from a training process. We'll focus on some basics. If you have any questions, call. Large or small, we take care of them all.
Hey high school seniors, ready to figure out what's next? Barton Community College's Senior Day is the place to be on November 20th. Whether your dream starts with tackling your gen eds and transferring to a university, or you want to dive straight into a technical program that can land you a job in as little as 1 semester, Barton has you covered. Did we mention that there's $6,000 in scholarships up for grabs? Sign up before November 4th at seniorday.bartonccc.edu. Your future's waiting. Discover it at Senior Day.
Community bankers should actually know your community. Hi, I'm Sean Powelson, president of Your Local Equity Bank. As someone who lives here, I know many of you, and I know what's important to you. I've been in the industry a long time, and I've helped many navigate through financial challenges and lead them to financial opportunities. I believe that people bank with people, so I'd like to invite you to stop by one of our region's 5 locations and meet our friendly, helpful staff. Let us show you our commitment to serving you and our communities. Because at Equity Bank, we're right here beside you. Member FDIC.
When it comes to car maintenance, it's good to know a local guy that can get things done. The Eller family has been in the auto repair business in Great Bend forever. Greg Eller continues that long tradition of helping people. Eller Automotive Repair specializes in wheel alignments, oil changes, and general maintenance for all makes and models of cars and small trucks. Open 8 to 5 Monday through Thursday, 8 to 4 Fridays. Eller Automotive Repair at 915 Morton, right behind Great Bend Appliance, Furniture, and Sleep Source, 10th and Morton.
It's Sports Day on 1590 KVGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Welcome back to Sports Day, 1590 KVGB 95.5 FM. Mike Corson joined today by a now quiet Ellsworth tennis team. We've got Coach Eric Anderson. We're going to talk first to sophomore Reagan Coonrod, junior NRE Rippert, and sophomore Carly Hazy. How we doing, girls?
Good.
You guys can use microphone number 4 over here as well. I'm going to start off with the doubles team. That was NRE Rippert and Reagan Coonrod. You guys were state runners-up last year, taking undefeated record into the states this year. How did you do that? What were the expectations when you started this year?
I think we both just knew from last year that we wanted to work extra hard and do just as good as we had the year before, and we just knew what we wanted was the state championship game. So
you can talk about working extra hard all you want. What does that actually mean at practice, off-season, that type of stuff?
So after the season, we're always told to not put our rackets down. You know, we're supposed to keep playing, and I think that's what we did. We practiced in the summer together, and once the season started, it was kind of like we never left. We worked well together, and we started off well together.
So you're going undefeated all the way through regionals, regional champions. You've made it through the first couple of rounds of state. What are the expectations when you get to that state championship match?
I think we expected to do good, and I think we did do good. We wanted to give Collegiate a run for their money and challenge them, but also challenge ourselves, and I think that's what we did.
Was it the same team that you guys saw last year, and the exact same team from Collegiate?
Yeah.
Coach, I'll let you weigh on in this one. So Collegiate had won 15 straight. This year was their 16th straight. Last year they more than doubled, or they about doubled up the field. You guys cut it to 5 points this year. How about the effort of the team to go in there and give them some competition?
Yeah, we talked on Monday before state tennis that it was going to take a whole team effort. We couldn't do what we did last year and only have 3 of our 4 playing on day 2 and playing for medals. We needed to get all 4 of our entries in just to give Collegiate a little push, and I felt we did that. I wish we could have played a couple tighter matches and maybe eked into the top 4 in singles, or our second singles and second doubles would place a little bit higher, but it is what it is.
Carly, you were a 10th place finisher last year. What were your expectations coming into this season?
My goal this season was to place higher than I did last year, and I exceeded that goal. I wish I would have gotten a couple more places higher, at least one, but.
And then we can talk about this with just about everybody, but Carly, you're sitting there, so all of you guys, you come up with a feeder program in middle school. You all say you started either 7th, 8th, or 9th grade. How and why are you guys so good so quick?
I think it's because we push each other every day, and not only do we have fun doing it, which makes it much more enjoyable, and we want to stay out on the courts and push each other to our full abilities.
Anari and Reagan answer this one. So a lot of success last year. You guys got 4th as a team, missed the last trophy by 2 points. Came back and Coach told me a couple weeks ago, you guys said, we want to do better, we need to make some changes. Somebody was playing singles, somebody was playing doubles. What went into the switches for this year's rosters?
I think it was just us really knowing like what we needed to do to get a plaque, because we really wanted it, and so we just kind of made the decision as a team, like this is what's going to be best for us, and so yeah.
So you guys, 2-time state runners-up. Does Collegiate finally graduate a couple doubles players?
Yeah, so the team that we played, they're both seniors, and I believe their number 2 doubles were also both seniors. So yeah, they're all graduating.
So what does that mean? You couldn't put your racket down last summer. What does that mean for this summer?
Well, I think we're definitely going to keep working at it. You know, maybe that Collegiate won't be there, but we have several other teams that definitely put up a fight, so we need to be ready.
Do the Kester girls also graduate?
The Cooster girls at Conway Springs will be back. Yeah, they're both juniors, so they're going to give us a run for the money, along with Griffin from Heston. She'll have a new doubles partner next year for the 3rd year in a row. So,
been writing up tennis for, I don't know, a decade and a half. Seems like there's been a Cooster down there for at least that long.
Yeah, it's one of those common names in Conway Springs. You play the Coosters. It's kind of like when Central Plains used to have all the Millers and the
Hickles, Beaverleys.
Yeah, Beaverleys all going at the same time.
Well, we got some girls up against the wall now. We will switch out here. And, Coach, I'll let you fill some time with me here. As a coach, I knew you guys, everybody wants some state trophy. What was the mindset going in this year? Such a nice regional finish, good season. Thinking you had a chance to win this thing?
Yeah, I think we had a very good thought that we could be in the top 2 teams. It's just us being us. You know, we talked all season long about we're good tennis players, and every day you're playing against somebody that's been there and done that at the state level. And that way it makes it a little bit easier when we go to tournaments and meets that we know what to expect.
All right, we're going to welcome in sophomore Hannah Vague, a 10th place finisher on the single side, senior Elena Junt, and her teammate Felice De La Cruz, a junior. They finished 11 on the double side. Elena, I was just kidding with you in the back, but I said, what are you going to do after you graduate and these girls win a state title next year? Oh, you're going to be shy now.
Yeah. So I've always been joking that I will be hiding in the back of their picture because, yeah, no way I was on that team for 2 years, but it's fine.
And to be serious, you got to come up as a junior. These girls were freshmen and sophomores last year, 4th place finish. What was it like for you knowing you had a whole team back as a senior?
It was really nice. I mean, like having them as such good players, it made me play the whole off season. I put in a lot of work because I knew, like, they were going to play good, so I had to play good too.
Hannah, 10th place finish in singles action. What were your expectations going into state this year?
I definitely didn't think I was going to do as good as I did because it was my first year playing singles and everybody else kind of had a year before to prepare for that. And I just kind of went into it thinking I'm going to play my best and see where it takes me.
So doubles last year, singles this year, and you're still a relatively new player. How hard was the transition, or easy?
I'd say the first meet was a little more difficult, but then I started to adjust and just getting used to being out there by yourself and being your own cheerleader since you don't have somebody else out there to pick you up if you start to struggle.
I always say the court's smaller. Yeah, there's only one of you, but the court's smaller. Not a difference maker. Felice, tell me about your inspiration. Who is Barb?
Okay, so...
This is a good story. Make sure we can hear you.
Barb, her full name is Barbara Jean. We found her, she was a random tennis ball we found at practice, me and Inari. And we named her Barb, carried her around, and as a team we decided to keep her and make her our team mascot. Everybody brought something for Barb. I got the eyelashes, Inari made her dress, Elena and her dad made her chair, Reagan got her eyes, and Coach Masog made her tennis racket. She became a part of the team, and we bring her to all of our meets, whether it's her sitting by the fence, watching our matches, or giving good luck kisses before. She's helped us through all our tough matches, and she's kind of the reason where we are today.
She gets all the credit?
Yes.
Do other teams have little talismans or mascots they carry around?
No, because they're not like us.
Awesome. I will ask, so Elena, you're a senior, you're gonna graduate in May, probably, we think.
I'm going to fail econ on purpose.
But Coach had mentioned a couple weeks ago, you guys, freshmen, sophomores last year, state runners up this year, still a young team, but some kids in the wings coming up. Feel any pressure that you just can't rest on what you did this year? You got to come back and do probably better next year?
I feel like there could be some kids coming up that, like, deep down you kind of are concerned, but then you also have the whole, I did so good. If I keep going, a leg up on them because I've been building up for longer than they have.
And Felice, Wichita Collegiate, now 16 straight Class 3-2 or 3-2-1A, or 16 titles overall. I think a couple 4As in there. What would it be like if you guys can be the ones to knock him off that pedestal next year?
So they won't be there next year in the 3-2-1A, which I'm so glad about. So I really think that gives us a shot to be state champions with a new player on our team and just work hard for what we deserve.
Coach, just one more for you. Such a young team, and I was shocked when you told me over there that they mostly started 7th, 8th, and 9th grade. What's the ceiling for this group?
Well, the ceiling's very high for these girls. It all just comes down to to working hard in the off season to get better for next year. I've always said for many years as I've coached is that it takes two things. One, the kids have to be smart, which all these girls are. They were all academic, all state academic team this year. And two, they have to care. And all these girls really care about each other and about the team.
Your second place finishers in Class 3-2-1A this year, that was Coach Eric Anderson at Ellsworth High School. You've heard from senior Elena Junt, junior Felice De La Cruz, junior Inari Rippert, sophomore Reagan Coonrod, sophomore Hannah Vague, and sophomore Carla Hazy. Congratulations on the finish. Can't wait to see what you guys do next year. And big thanks for making the 45-minute drive down here to be in our studio.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
More Sports Day after this.
Extend the life of your equipment with the best warranty program and risk management tool in the agriculture industry. The Cenex Total Protection Plan covers new and used equipment. Receive up to 10 years or 10,000 hours of engine coverage when you use Cenex Ruby Fieldmaster Premium Diesel Fuel and synthetic lubricants. With no deductible, the Cenex Total Protection Plan provides unmatched coverage to give you the power you need to keep your business running like a well-oiled machine.
Contact American Plains Co-op Fuel Department in Great Bend, your certified Cenex distributor, today.
This year, Eagle Media Community Calendar, Great Bend Community Theater presenting its next play November 21st through the 24th at the Crest Theater in Great Bend. Showtimes are 7:30 p.m. Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, with a 2 p.m. matinee on Sunday, November 24th. The play, Now and Then, is a heartfelt romantic comedy about the cost of the choices we make and the people who make them with us. You can buy tickets online before the show or purchase them at the door. Box office will open 1 hour prior to each performance. To find out more, visit the Community Theater's Facebook page. Kansas Sidewinders Motorcycle Club hosting a fundraiser for the Sunflower Shrine Club Children's Hospital from 7 until 10 p.m. on Saturday, November 9th at 21 North Main in Ellenwood. Doors open at 5 p.m. for casino games, a silent and live auction, food and drinks. 100% of the proceeds will support the Sunflower Shrine Club Children's Hospital Travel Fund. The public is welcome to attend. Bring the whole family to the 2024 Home for the Holidays Festival and Parade on Saturday, November 30th in downtown Great Bend. This year's theme is Creating Christmas Traditions. The parade starts at 5:30 p.m. and will travel from Britt Spa Park to 12th Street. Following the parade, be sure to stay for the lighting of the mayor's Christmas tree, free hot dogs and hot chocolate, free ice skating, trolley rides, the official opening of the Trail of Lights, and Santa's Around the World at 1223 Main. Parade entry forms are due November 15th. Download that forms at greatbendks.net. And winter hours at the Kansas Wetlands Education Center will begin on Friday, November 1st, at which time the center will be closed on Mondays, but open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m., Tuesday through Saturday, and from 1 until 5 p.m. on Sunday. Visit their Facebook page for a listing of upcoming events and activities. That is your Eagle Media Community Calendar. I'm Steve Webster.
Now, in its second decade, it's Sports Day on 1590 KBGB and 95.5 FM. Presented by Barton Community College and the Cougar Athletic Department.
Yeah, how about that for a Thursday show? Man, great week of shows. Have had a lot of young athletes in here, coaches. Mike Corson's been excited. Tomorrow's just going to be just the same. Connor Nickel will be on. Week 8 of the high school football season. We'll preview it all for you. Also, we'll cover sub-state volleyball with Connor, regional cross country, and Hoisington volleyball in here tomorrow, Mikey.
Yeah, Hoisington volleyball, some nice things to talk about individually and team-wise.
I'm sorry I call you Mikey. I know you don't like that, but that's okay.
No, I will say we have great studio this week with all kinds of guests. Frankly, we don't care if they don't win a match, but we have had so many winners this season, so fun to have them in and celebrate. And I will say Ellsworth Tennis, think about who they played, collegiate. Nobody beats collegiate. So second place by 5 points.
And they
that's as
did.
good as the state title.
That is pretty good. All right, back tomorrow on Sports Day right here on KVGB.
Agriculture Today.